oftentimes you can just load up and you feel like you have to eat as much carbs as possible. What should you eat before a swimming race? Thanks for the question, Flora from Instagram. This is one of the most common questions that swimmers ask. Whether you're competing or you're just trying to stay fit and you're swimming 3, 4, 5 times per week, knowing what you should eat before a swimming race is super important, because oftentimes you can just load up and you feel like you have to eat as much carbs as possible. I remember when we were on the swim team, we used to have these pasta parties and we would have so much pasta, so much bread. We would even have brownies. We were doing all the things that you really shouldn't do. And that's why in this video, I want to tell you guys what you should do so you can avoid some of those mistakes that I made. It's really important to actually stick with a relatively normal eating routine. So I'm not a nutritionist, but there are some fundamentals that you can go by. And number one is making sure you stay hydrated. That's actually one of the most important things that you can do. Having water regularly before, during, and after your workout and over the course of the day. So you should be having, anywhere from half a cup to a full cup of water every few hours. And that way, by the end of the day, you don't feel like you're dehydrated. Because if you feel like you're dehydrated, you're definitely dehydrated. And you can also check the color of your pee. Not that you should pee in the pool or anything, completely different side story, but make sure you are staying hydrated and you're monitoring your hydration level. That is actually the most important thing that you can do to make sure you're well prepared before a race. When it comes to actually what you're going to eat, because it's all great, fine and dandy, if you're drinking enough water, maybe you got a sports drink in there, but if you're not eating any food, you're not gonna perform either. So before a race, it's really important that you have a little bit of calories, carbs, so that way your body has fuel to perform. Because if you don't have any fuel in your system, meaning if you go 4, 5, 6 hours before a competition without eating anything, you can be really hydrated, but your body has no fuel to work off of. And that's why it's really important to at least have a little something 30 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours before your actual competition. That could be something like a banana, it could be a bagel. You just wanna get a little bit of quick carbs in there, but you wanna avoid things that are heavy in caffeine. So having a coffee or a Coca-Cola, something like that is not the best option because you're gonna burn out. What you really want are some light carbs like a banana or a bagel. Maybe you have a bar that's a carb bar, something like that, just to get that initial fuel in your body. And I recommend the big meal, because you have to eat a meal at some point, should be anywhere from 4 to 6 hours before your ideal peak performance. So if you have a competition at 6 p.m., 1800 in the afternoon, you should have a relatively large meal. Not large, but you should have a plentiful meal 6 to 8 hours before that. So anywhere around 11 or 12 o'clock, that's when you should have that final meal. And then everything before then should be snacks in moderation. And not snacks as in junk food like potato chips or Coca-Cola or something like that. A bagel, something light to keep your body moving. Hope you guys enjoyed this Q&A. Make sure you subscribe for more. On to the next one.